And so we continue our adventure into the RandomNet, a tournament hosted 20th of Feb in the wonderful Phoenix Games in Stourbridge. This is round 1, game 2. We have James on the left with his randomly assigned runner, Reina Roja, and myself, Jonny, on the right, my randomly assigned corp, Jinteki Harmony Medtech. That's the one where you need one fewer point to win. Yeah, I hadn't played it in a while either. So just shuffling in now. So the regular Harmony Medtech plan is the kind of just run 3 pointers, knowing that you need 2 scores to win. Basically, after the first score, you're at match point. Global food helped making that a pretty darn good thing, but nah, we didn't want to do that. So actually, what we're on is we're trying to use the 24/7 news cycle in combination with Philotic Entanglement to try and flatline the runner. To be fair, I played 4 games and it happened once. Unfortunately, not in the game that's filmed, but off we go. I've decided to be bold and set up a new remote. I've left HQ open. Don't know if this is a Reina that runs account siphon. We're hoping it's quite janky, but James kicks off, taking the credit and liberating. Like I say, that seems a legit card. We're hoping for like Zona. What is it called? The shipping one, the criminal. Start a turn, put 1 on it. He's running the remote, and I'm gonna res the pup. And actually, James doesn't have any credit, so what an inspired res. And I'll zap him for 2. And Spinal Modem. Okay, yeah, I can appreciate that. And there's a medtech behind there, which not a medtech, sorry, a mental health clinic. You can't res that. Swapping the turn, I will happily res. That's a pretty good start. I know James has got money on the liberated, but that was. So what I also quite want to do. Mental health is obviously to tick over the money, and I'm also running Shell Corporation to try and bluff something in the remote as a trap, where it's more often than not will be just a mental health clinic. I'm also running the Shiku's, which are good in Harmony Medtech, but I'm also running News Team, so pretty much all my precious 12 influence has been spent on 24/7 and News Team. Because obviously News Team and Shiku count as agendas when they're in the runner's score area. Hoping that the Philotic, maybe they scored 4, and it will actually trigger as a win. 24/7 does mean I need to forfeit, so I'm running a bunch of 1 points as well. Clone Retirement, and also Fetal AI, because net damage is funny. So 2 mental healths set up, and a new remote. Mimic? What is this? And Cortex Lock, yeah, we're all about the net damage. Yes, and I've just remembered the Reina Roja attacks. So paying 3 for the Cortex. Mimic can't do anything, so I'll do 3 net. I don't know if I'm running Snare, that seems like a legit. Oh, and he steals, and that looks like a Clone Retirement. So, because he stole it, remember, the Corp gains a bad pub.
I don't know if you want to mark the right bad pub as well. I always forget to turn it else.
Yeah, so basically Clone Retirements are something I can, in theory, fast advance. Hopefully there isn't much clot out. And they give fuel for agendas I can forfeit in order to trigger the Philotic. If the runner steals the Philotic, that's pretty much the game plan over, and I just have to try and score out. Which can be quite tough. And James drawing back up. That wonderful Cortex Lock hit. Is that Queen's Gambit? Okay, so I can slowly build up. Those mental health clinics ticking over, giving us some nice drip econ. So I'm drawing for something, possibly a Shell Corp, just to try and buffer my my economy. So I'm also running, I think, Kamainu as well, which can be quite expensive, and Susanoo ni Makoto, if I've said that correctly. I obviously want to overdraw, bin my Shikus, and have the runner take them. So I'm going to discard. That's probably possibly a news team. Okay, didn't get to take a look, but and I'm protecting the mental health as well, because those cards are pretty crucial to. James is drawing, hand size of 7, I remind him, thanks to mental health. Yogg, alright. Looking pretty standard Anarch rig so far. As I said in the last video, I was hoping for chess, but there's no chess. I'm told there's no chess. Very sad. I think there's very much a deck that can be done with Pawn and Technical Rider. Yeah, there goes the Shell Corp, and I'm clicking it as well for my Corp version of Katie Jones. Shell Corp, oh, who plays that? The thing is, I'm investing money and time, money and clicks, to boost the Shell Corp, so the worst thing is if James goes and get it. The pup won't keep him out. Yeah, so he's gonna check the remote. What have I got? Looks like a Lotus Field. So I didn't feel like I wanted to go to low credits. It's probably the Reina Roja. I think I've got 8 over there, so I could have rezzed the Lotus Field. And that's a Data League. And there's a shock. Hey, I also running shocks. Yeah, so he's trashing, putting the shock into archives, and I'll do a net damage. For the curious runner, I'll happily install shocks. It's a good test actually in legit games. So if I'm going to install a shock, just to see if you will run the remotes. It's also good if you can try and do a never advance game like out of near a hub. So will the runner check every remote? I mean, there's lots of wizard about, so he usually does. So just 1 mental health, slowly advancing. So I don't know if I'm thinking about a score.
Let's install advance.
And yeah, I'm just gonna fast advance the score out of hand, the clone retirement, and when the corp scores it, remember, I get to remove a bad pub. So maybe it was a good thing that James stole one first. So it wasn't just like a blank 2-1. So 1 apiece. And he's got Wireless Net Pavilion and Data Leak Reversal. There's Vamp. Oh, this is a horrible. He's going to check the mental health remote. Free for a Bako, Matsu Bako. Simple barrier, of which he has no response, so I think he has to bounce. He's looking at the wireless net.
Remember, that's unique.
And yeah, just reminding that Wireless Net Pavilion is now unique. We are playing with the most wanted list tournament rules, and also the Wireless Net Pavilion errata. That's why it makes Harmony Medtech even worse. It's like 12 influence. Oh, it's so rough. But,
let's install take 2.
Install take 2. And I've managed to leave HQ wide open, which is good. Possibly not good because with James with that vamp in hand, but it looks like to be the Reina that isn't playing Account Siphon. That'd be too regular, not janky enough. I've not felt the need to protect HQ. I might be the first. I might be Not sure what I put in the remote there. Might have just gone for a mental health. Just see if I can test the run. Or it could be another shock, because... yeah, leaving the lowest field. Happy for him to pay 2.
I'm gonna trigger Jackson.
Oh, and it's a Jackson. So before he accesses...
I'll leave the shock. I think Shell Corp.
so I'm going to shuffle back in the mental health, Shell Corp, and a face down, which I imagine... Actually, I'm not too sure what that is. Possibly, if it's not like a future perfect, which is the other agenda I'm running, just to try and keep the agenda density down. And again, future perfect is even semi-protected in archive, so it's possibly a future perfect from hand, especially because my HQ is wide open. Yeah, hand size of 6, so James needs to get rid of some. Seems to be Day Leak Reversal discarded. Kind of signaling he's got another one in hand. There's a medium there as well. This seems pretty standard, James. Not to criticise too much. This seems like a pretty legit Anarch deck. Okay, moving on to my turn. Drawing, I'm digging for something. And yeah, medical fund researcher. So I'll have 5, Ronna can have 3. Everyone wins. For science. Yeah, I prefer that one in this particular deck over Celebrity Gift, because I don't want to show the runner what I have in my hand. I might be running Celebrity Gift as well, but I forget. I think I went for Fundraiser. And I've decided to ice up HQ, so I must have something in HQ that I care about. Or perhaps I'm just trying to bluff. Bluff there's something worthwhile going there. And yeah, we're just reminding everyone that if there's an unsuccessful trace, Spinal Modem gives the runner a brain damage. It also has 2 recurring credits to use with Icebreakers and +1 MU. So we haven't actually put the recurring credits on there. I think we remember. I don't know if we miss an option, but... and I'm going for a score here. So install advanced fans. That must be a future perfect. I'm obviously feeling confident. At lowest field, he's low on credits. The Yogg won't do anything. If he's running Parasite, that also won't do anything. Lowest field, the Yogg, the bane of Yogg decks. Oh no, it's Susan, apologies. So yeah, I'm spending big. And James definitely doesn't have a response for Susan. That's probably why I didn't raise it before. So I'm sending him to archives, and I'll zap him with 1 shock. Get rid of the medium, good call. There's actually another Susan in the bin. I think I have 2 because I want to see the ice at some point. Obviously David poo-poos all over it. And yeah, we actually... That does... Susan turns that run into a successful run on a central. So I've actually enabled the data leak reversal play. And yeah, head in hands. What have I done? I think I'm down to 2 credits. So I should have 1 coming in from mental health. So I don't know if I basically bankrupt myself. Oh, it's gonna vamp. So out of my 2, I'll pay 1 for pup.
Might as well before you make me lose it. So cost you 2 or take some net. I mean.
And then we say, yeah, it'll cost you 2, which is the amount of credits that James has. As he says, a race to the bottom. Or you'll take the net. So I guess it's just evaluating cards in hand to see. Sure gamble. Queen's Gambit.
You could make me lose 0 and still take a tag. X can be any number.
Yeah, I'm pointing out that X can be any number. He can force me to lose 0 to get his tag to enable the DLR.
Yep.
There he is taking the net damage. So I've had worse. And yeah, pup is 1 at a time. So first sub hits the I've had worse, triggers, and then the other net damage, which is the paparazzi. Okay, so this seems like a... And yeah, we've pushed him away from the vamp, so he's just going to access normally. And that's the 24/7 there.
It's 24/7 use cycle, so you could trigger a sequence.
So I get 1 off mental health, and I think that means I can't score that future perfect. So yeah, I'm just going to take 3. Discard a card, probably a shock, maybe a news team, something I don't care too much about.
Oh, you've got your recurring credits. Don't forget those. You could have broken the pub with that.
And yeah, we just remembered the recurring credits on the spinal modem, which she could have spent with Mimic to get through the pub. So yeah, there's got to be some upside to playing that console, right? I think it's 4 to install as well. And a double fall guy to protect the DLR and 1S Net Pavilion. So and James is slowly marching towards the... Do we want to score that agenda? I'm pretty sure I don't have any advanceable traps. So I think I'm just going for a bit of going for money, feeling that the agenda is safe. And yeah, hedge fund, medical fund researcher. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have any advanceable traps, so that has to be agenda. Can't be my Philotic, so I really don't want... But yeah, Susan, weak to David. Does he have it in hand? Yeah, he does have it in hand. Oh, I thought he was considering the Queen's Gambit there. That would be delicious. Joshua B. Okay, so that's where the tag's coming from. And also enabling 5 mils a turn. Okay. So we're probably against the clock here. So, yep. Time to... So, future perfect scored, and that puts me to 4 points. Discard that one. Possibly a CQ, shock. Something I don't care about. So, no Joshua B trigger this time. Okay. So I think James just wants some money up first. As soon as he's tagged, I'm likely to... Although if I try and trash it, he could always bin on the full guy. Crota gets played out. And yeah, just taking 4 off Liberated. Okay. So I think a previous incarnation... Well, maybe it is this version of the deck. I did a bit of testing. Had a fast track. Because I definitely want to be the person scoring the Philotic. As I said, if the runner steals the Philotic, it's not good. I'm obviously feeling confident. So I'm pushing for the win. I'm on 4 points. That's a future perfect. James drops a David. Again, legit card. And that only costs him 1 David counter. Hardly any tax at all. You can use the Spiral Modem. And... Oh, it's Fetal. I went for the Fetal. Oh, okay, that was possibly inspired. Except I've hit an I've had worse. I hit two I've had worse, god damn it. So he actually has more cards than he started the run with.
So you're now back at 7. What click was that? Liberate David Rand.
Yeah, so another click.
So that's yours.
So
Yeah. Don't much of a deck left.
that puts James up to 3 points, and crucially 2 agendas in his score area.
I think you should have 7.
Yeah, I think I took a gamble there that James wasn't running a card like David, but
Install the same old thing.
sadly it was, and that means that remote is pretty much doomed now. I can't.
Well, that would have been game. One off the mental health.
I'm saying that would have been game. Oh no, it would have been because it's 6 points. Sorry, yes, yeah. I probably felt. Oh well.
Credit.
So I'm probably just testing James now.
4 in hand.
Is he going to check? I'm pretty sure that is a trap. It's probably a shock or maybe a news team. It's definitely not an agenda.
I'll activate the Joshua B.
Okay, it begins. So Joshua B getting an extra click,
Put the tag on Reina just so it's
and yep, he's getting the tag. Technically, the tag, he doesn't get the tag until his turn ends.
first click out. Count Cypher.
Oh, count 7. Okay, so it is that. It is legit Reina.
Okay, yeah.
So I lose 5.
10.
He basically gets in for nothing. Gains 10. Also gains 2 tags, which we correct. Yep, my motion. You need 2.
It'll be 3 tags by the end of your turn, unless you've got some more.
Yep, 3 tags by the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's fine.
And yeah, let's get out the good old D20. Yeah, so Count Siphon Reina, DLR. This is pretty, arguably a pretty legit Reina denial deck. Where's the jank, James? Where's the jank?
Same old thing.
Same old thing, Siphon?
The vamp.
And he's going back in to vamp me.
So I'll pay the 2.
So he's paying 2.
Spend all 11 to make you lose 11.
So he's spending 11 to make me lose 11. So that doesn't quite bankrupt me.
And you get another tag.
And he can have another tag as well.
Then I'll mill.
And the last 2 clicks, he'll mill and mill. It begins. So now I'm a race against time, except my scoring remote is incredibly vulnerable to David.
Yep, so 1 off the mental health.
So what have we got in that remote there? Even if it's a shell core.
Let's install over archives, take 2.
Yeah, so I'm fearing the worst. Although I don't think James has any ambition of running the archives. I think he's just going for the decking strategy here.
20 is quite hard.
You need one of the counting.
James is going to use Joshua B again.
Yeah, so it goes around the actual dice in like numerical order, as opposed to kind of a bit more random.
Right.
So again, 5-click Reina.
I've got a feeling it's going to get to a point where it won't matter how many tags.
1, I'll liberate.
If only I had that psychographics.
1, 2, more than 2. Or, no, sorry, 0, 1, 2 or more. That's like for me. I'm not going to
Liberate again.
I'm not going to psycho.
Yeah, I'm not going to psycho, I say. So he's going to liberate a bunch,
3 will run here.
and he's going to run, spend.
Well, it only costs. Well, it costs you 1 to break here. So you'd only spend 1, and then you pay 3. Yep.
Yeah, and he's trashing the mental health, so he's cutting off my income. So we're going into very much a denial headlock strategy here. He's on 3 points at the moment. A future perfect would be the game for him.
Down hand size 5 now.
Yeah, that's fine.
And just reminding that maybe you shouldn't trash the mental health because now. And yeah, another siphon for good measure. And I've got 2 credits.
Because I'd actually paid 2 over there.
Oh, okay. Well, I had 5 to lose, so you gain 10. You get 2 tags.
Oh no, I do have exactly 5, so 10 and 2 more tags. again, I think we spoke on the video that once you have, you know, multiple tags, it doesn't really matter. My turn is going to consist of taking 3. What is that card in the remote? Who could say?
Reina in full force.
I'll do my
Joshua B.
I'll just
Mill 5. And there goes my game plan.
4, 5. Okay.
Okay, so it doesn't seem to be as much left in the deck. So, must be looking for some kind of way out. And we can get into anywhere. Or anywhere that doesn't have ice up. Doesn't have ice resed. I don't think I can afford. So, 2. So I want to say that I put a Lotus Field, knowing that I think James will struggle. And, oh dear, I think there's 4 left. So, yeah, well, I think we just discussed, yeah, I think I have this turn, because if I'm unable to draw start my turn, then I am decked, and I lose. Yeah, we had a good run indeed, so 3 credits on the table. I think that's a Lotus Field, which I need 6 against Reina. So I'm wondering, I mean, I don't think there's anything I can do. Yeah, again, that was obviously a trap. So, yeah. So install advance. I need 2 turns. Yeah, so unfortunately.
Yeah, so now I lose. Turn begins. Well, technically you've got 2 clicks left.
And yeah, James has 2 clicks left.
I'll just take 2 credits. I don't want to.
Don't want to rub it in, he says. Okay. And yeah. And that's it. Beginning of my turn. I can't draw, so that's it for the first round. Yeah, future perfect in the remote. And and that's it for the first round. So we split and we move on. We will be seeing James on a later video. So we'll see how that goes. But I think, yeah, a totally legit Reina denial headlock deck there. There's not a lot I could have done. So, yeah, that was the first round. So moving on, you'll be staying with my janky decks, and hopefully we'll have some janky opponents. Catch you then.